The old cherry tree on the hill above our high school. It was our secret. Its gnarled branches, ancient witnesses to countless springs, would unfurl a cloud of delicate pink every April. And it was there, under that ethereal canopy, petals like soft rain on our uniforms, that Ren fell irrevocably in love with her. Hana asterisk her laughter, light as the falling blossoms. It had always drawn me in. Her eyes, pools of gentle understanding, reflected the spring sky. We were 17, boundless, foolishly believing in an endless horizon. I used to just watch her from a distance, hidden in the bustle of school life, captivated by her laughter, her bright, full of life expression. The world felt muted around me, but her joy resonated. Our paths were separate at first, but somehow, they always seemed to converge towards that hill, towards that tree. The first time we spoke, it was awkward, hesitant, under that very tree. But then, conversation flowed, discovering shared interests, comfortable silences. A new sense of belonging settled over me. I'd close my eyes and feel the warmth of her presence. The tree, our silent, ancient witness, seemed to watch us, etching our quiet moments into its very bark. We'd linger there for hours, lost in conversation, sunlight fading around us, and walking home, looking back at the silhouette of the tree. Against the dusk, I felt a quiet joy and anticipation for tomorrow. The cherry tree, in its magnificent peak bloom, became our daily ritual. Every afternoon, we'd walk there, our laughter light and natural, a comfortable rhythm between us. Under that cloud of pink, we shared our deepest thoughts, our wildest dreams, finding comfort and understanding in each other. There were moments when our hands would brush or our eyes would linger, a subtle tension, a rising anticipation. And then it happened, our first kiss, tender and full of emotion, bathed in the soft, warm light as a shower of petals rained down around us, engulfing us in a pink vortex. It felt like a promise whispered on the wind, a silent, heartfelt vow, something etched into the very bark of the tree itself. We'd stand at the peak of the hill, looking out at the endless horizon, feeling boundless. Our futures, as vivid and varied as the petals scattering around us, seemed infinite. We planned and dreamed, and each dream was like another vibrant petal swirling around us. But even then, as the last of the peak bloom began to fall, there was a poignant beauty, a subtle hint that even the most perfect season must end. Then came the day the world stopped spinning. The hospital, stark, sterile, a brutal contrast to our vibrant sanctuary. I sat in the waiting room, tense, the fluorescent hum amplifying my fear. And then I saw her, Hana, so small, so fragile against those white sheets. Dr. Tanaka's words were a distant hum, a cruel, incomprehensible language. Glioblastoma, aggressive, prognosis, 100 days, each word a sharp, cold jab. The numbers, 100, flashed in my mind, superimposing themselves over the image of our blossoming tree. My heart fractured into a million pieces, each one a shard of terror. But then I saw it, the quiet, heartbreaking acceptance in her gentle eyes of fierce, protective fire ignited within me. If she had only 100 days, then I would make them legendary. I clenched my fist, an unwavering vow. I would fill every single one with unforgettable memories. I would make sure she knew nothing but joy, even as the clock ticked. Our mission began before dawn the very next day. I woke with a frantic purpose, already on the hill, preparing our sunrise picnic. I rushed to her house, breathless, eager to begin a defiant celebration. We ate sweet anpan as the sun dramatically broke over the horizon, bathing us in a vibrant, golden light. Her dream of seeing stars without city lights led us to a remote mountain pass. We lay bundled in blankets, tracing constellations as silver dust. They look like diamonds scattered across velvet. "Don't they, Ren?" she whispered. Her smile, illuminated by starlight, was more beautiful than any galaxy. I even tried to cook her favorite ramen. It was a disaster, a smoky, slightly burnt mess. But her unrestrained giggles made it taste like the finest meal. We snuck into an abandoned arcade, plugged in an old cassette player, and danced wildly to forgotten pop songs, the flashing lights casting us as heroes in our own private music video. There were days of quiet reflection too, hours spent reading side by side in the library, our shoulders touching, a profound, silent comfort. Her hand would find mine, a warm, grounding tether, pulling me away from the looming anxieties. We often returned to our aging cherry tree, now lush with green leaves. One afternoon, she rested her head on my shoulder. "Ren," she murmured, softer than usual, "are you scared?" My throat tightened. "Only of not giving you enough," I admitted, my voice rough with emotion. She squeezed my hand, her touch conveying understanding. "You're giving me everything, more than I ever dreamed." In those stolen glances, in the way she'd sometimes just look at me, truly see me, I knew she understood. We both carried the unspoken burden, but we chose to carry it together, wrapped in the quiet strength of our love. We visited an aquarium, our faces illuminated by the ethereal blue glow of the tanks. We watched the jellyfish pulse and drift gracefully, like otherworldly hearts. "We're all just floating, aren't we, Ren?" she mused, trying to find our current. Her words echoed with a profound wisdom. We built a miniature sandcastle kingdom on a remote beach, complete with seashell moats. We knew it would be washed away by the tide, just as our time was fleeting. But the joy in creating it, despite the impending end, was immense. Each shared breath, each shared glance, was magnified, imbued with the weight of its scarcity. The cherry blossoms had long since fallen, replaced by the deep greens of summer. The hill, once painted pink, now shimmered in the heat. My heart hammered, with a desperate rhythm, counting down. Hana, ever graceful, never showed fear, but I saw it in the subtle tremor of her hand, the way her gaze would linger a little longer, silently trying to memorize every detail. As the days dwindled, the air between us grew heavier. The knowledge of dwindling time hung unspoken, a visible aura of sadness. There were moments of profound silence, where words were no longer needed. My internal countdown would flicker across my vision, a chilling reminder. But Hana would offer a brave, almost defiant smile, and her touch, a lifeline, would bring immense comfort. So many unspoken words hovered between us, like translucent thoughts, but we understood each other. We would often look up at our cherry tree, our silent guardian, acknowledging its enduring presence. I tried to hold onto every second, every fleeting moment with her, as if I could slow time itself. I could see the quiet promise in Hana's eyes, a fierce determination to live fully in those moments. Wrapped in the metaphorical cocoon of our love, we were shielded from the outside world. The last few weeks blurred into a melancholic montage. The leaves on the cherry tree began to turn, a somber beauty replacing the vibrant green. Our laughter became a little more fragile, a hint of underlying sorrow. Our quiet moments together grew even more profound, filled with unspoken goodbyes. We watched the last sunset together, bathed in magnificent orange and purple hues, a beautiful, bittersweet farewell painted across the sky. The feeling of scarcity became overwhelming, making every touch, every word, feel precious and heavy. Hana's gaze lingered on me, a silent attempt to memorize every detail. When she looked away, a quiet despair would claim me, a raw sorrow I had to suppress. The unspoken burden we both carried was almost palpable, a heavy presence. But I reaffirmed my vow, a silent internal promise to give her unforgettable memories, to make her last moments filled with joy, cherished moments, finite time. Then came the morning of the 100th day. I woke before dawn, my eyes wide with a cold, frantic dread. I reviewed my meticulously planned final day, a quiet breakfast on the hill, a trip to the local festival, fireworks, a blaze of glory to mark, a life lived fully. I rushed to her house, my heart pounding, fueled by desperate hope. But her parents met me at the door. Their faces were etched with profound sorrow. "Ren." Her mother's voice was a whisper. "She's gone." My world shattered. No goodbye, no final touch. Just emptiness. The planned day, meaningless, dissolving into fragmented images around me. I stumbled away, blindly making my way to our tree on the hill, tears blurring the world. I sank to my knees at its gnarled base, consumed by grief. Hot, bitter tears streamed down my face. My fingers instinctively grazed the earth, a desperate, unconscious search for any last connection. And then my fingers found it. Something small, wrapped in faded cherry blossom paper. I unwrapped it, revealing a tiny, intricately carved wooden bird. Beneath it, a folded note, secured by a single, perfectly preserved Sakura petal. Hana's familiar handwriting filled the page. She wanted to leave me with beauty, not sorrow. The bird, from our tree, meant a part of her would always be with me, soaring free. The petal was a promise: live, Ren. Live for both of us. Plant new blossoms. Never forget the beauty we found, even before the Sakura fell. Tears streamed down my face, but they were different now, profound gratitude. I looked up at the cherry tree, its leaves rustling gently. For the first time, I noticed a tiny sapling pushing through the soil near its base. A new beginning, a quiet promise. I still visit the tree. The sapling has grown. I carry the wooden bird always. Her laughter still echoes in my heart. The pain remains, a deep ache, but it is intertwined with gratitude. Before the Sakura fell, she taught me how to truly live, how to truly love, and how to find beauty even in farewell. And in that, she lives on, a perennial bloom in the garden of my heart.